for your stream
returned.
going live on YouTube?
No, I'm doing it on Twitch.
On Twitch? Okay.
Yes, we're twitching this one.
Yes,
Yeah,
hello.
Should be fun.
To do the Discord as well.
I think I'm going to have to buy a third monitor rather sharpish.
Are you having a job seeing everything going on?
I need a new one as well because I need another 3 as well on top of my 3.
It's alright, I can see my stream chat and I can see you guys in the game. That's all I need. We'll be fine.
We're good to go then.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, me and the sexy elf monk Kiana. Well, as sexy as Solasta lets you get.
I'm looking forward to seeing these new classes in action. Actually, we've got a good clean sweep here. We've got all 3 new classes and the new race included without doubling up on anything. So that's pretty good.
It's almost like we planned it.
They'll realise. Don't tell them.
Have you seen the breath weapon attack on the Dragonborn?
I can honestly say that no, I'm not actually. I've kept everything secret from myself, so I want to be. I want to see.
I'm guessing green do, is it corrosive or acid damage? But
Acid,
yeah,
no, the colour doesn't actually come into it because you can change the colour. So I can't remember what type you are,
I
TC.
can't remember what colour it took.
I think
Yeah,
the standard dragon is the black dragon, which is acid, I believe. If you
Yes.
change that.
Blue is lightning. I think you went lightning.
Did I go lightning?
I can't remember. Whatever you chose was to go against the spiders.
The spiders, the dreaded spiders. Okay, tick ready TC, and let's kick this off. I've got skip intro, so we're not going to play through the tutorials, but we should get the story mode in.
There we go.
Sounds good to me.
And if you 3 play, I know you have, Tom, Aimless and TC. Have you played the full campaign of Solasta before?
Nope.
So
have you not?
A new experience.
I made myself a team for it, and then we were talking about doing it at some point, maybe. So I literally just decided to not do it.
Okay, that's fair.
Have we got any crafting skills covered? I took the low life background on the bard. He's a reformed low life. He's now kind and everything, but yeah, he might be able to open a few locks for us and pick a few pockets.
Works for me.
Well, I'm a stealthy spy, large green dragon.
They always just blend into every situation, I find.
Look at all the greenery we can see on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
He stands out so much that you just won't know he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as he belches acid all over the back of our necks.
No, I'm big smashy axe, green, hidey, stealthy dragon.
It's alright. I mean, at level 9, I think I get poison resistance, so I should be alright.
Yeah. The monks get pretty good as they level up, don't they?
They're ridiculous. Yeah, going through that video yesterday, they've added so much in like each class, and then you've got your subclasses. It's a lot. There's going to be a lot of fun in this. We've got 3 very broken classes, and then the paladin, which is fairly broken.
We've got what have we got? Meet Karen at the Legacy Council. So there's not much we can do. We have literally skipped the intro just to get rid of the tutorials, which I think we all know how to play by this stage. And there was a bit of a meetup that goes on in the inn. Actually, if you guys come in here, just come in the inn quickly. I'll just show this character stood by the bar, because 2 of you won't be familiar with this chap. Well, you will when you see him and you hear the voice. The unknown drunk. Yeah.
You see, I didn't.
The story behind this dude?
I don't know who he is. I know who he is in game, but I don't know who he is in real life.
Okay.
You were still filling your diapers when I killed my first ghoul.
Do you recognize the voice?
Sounds like
streamer. Not quite. It's Co-Carnage, the streamer.
I heard your stories. Not impressive.
Was he in Cyberpunk as well?
He was. Yeah, he was one of the weird priests down an alley somewhere.
Yeah. I remember the voice now.
I've got a problem straight away.
Oh,
What's happened?
I clicked on the guy in behind the bar and he said no more beer.
oh,
Oh no!
It doesn't serve your kind in here.
What?
We've got a racist barman.
Wow.
because
So
he's a
we'll-
dragon or
we'll-
because he's green? I
that's
take
a good
offensive of
question.
to one of those things.
Did we ever bring shortbread in here?
Hey UFO.
Um,
Yep, I'm
no.
playing the bard,
Then we'll never know.
and that's why we're replaying. We've got bard, we've got warlock, we've got monk, and they've also added a new race, the dragonkin. Oh, sorry, dragon. Is it dragonkin?
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Dragonborn. Sorry. Up the big steps.
I don't know why, but every
So,
time I see him
yeah.
walking, I've got in my head da, 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 da.
Oh,
It's really odd
The
seeing
Jurassic
4
Park.
characters move individually.
Mm. After
I-
playing the
yeah.
game alone, yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you were going to hum the theme tune to the Incredible Hulk. You know, the 70s live action show.
Oh no, I was thinking more of I'm thinking more of Jurassic Park.
Is it
I was
Lou
thinking of
Ferrigno?
It's-
Nice.
I've had the Skyrim music going through my head today. In fact, I even made up a little bardic ditty to sing on one of the travelling screens, but it was all based on your character being called Sultana. So now you
Aw,
and the rest of Twitch and YouTube will never get to hear it, unfortunately.
I know, that's
Outtakes.
boring.
We need outtakes.
Okay, where is this meeting going to take place?
Right, while you guys are running around trying to find out what's going on, it's triggered.
There's life yet, adventurers.
Maraiki, smile on you.
Lady of life, a follower of the goddess.
Somebody doesn't have a neck.
The Dragonborn is so tall his horns don't fit on the screen.
I don't think we can do much with this guy just yet.
Yeah, he's nothing to us.
We've
We
got
should
a
go.
massive one.
Walk in
No
life,
new
adventurers.
campaign, unfortunately, Avengi. It's the same campaigns as before. You can play the new classes in the Lost Valley expansion or in the main one. So I'd love to see a new campaign added to this. It's a shame they didn't have one to go with the new classes because that really would have been great. But hopefully something to come in the future.
Look at the size of this council hall.
So this is what they spend our taxes on. Look, is that...
The princess.
You
How
pay
long's it been
taxes?
since you
Wait,
played this, Mark?
is she leaving?
Apparently so. Then who
This
will
scene
administer the oath?
about 3 days, but the
Oh,
rest of the
okay.
game a bit longer. I haven't played through it in its entirety in quite a while.
Just because.
The maid who empties her chamber pot? No, we're not as important as that. Perhaps her stable boy.
You thought it
I
would
love
be
your
a
character's
princess.
face.
He's very articulate for a green smashy thing.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
currently
if
in.
not her, then who?
He's currently
Oh,
in
right.
Banner Lord.
It doesn't
If
really
she
matter
rules the
what
whole
we
principality,
say here.
who's more important?
Banner mode.
Lady Keen, the council's oathkeeper, is trusted by all.
Lord Karen,
Yes, milady.
are these your new deputies?
They are, milady.
My name is Lyra Keen, Oathkeeper of the Council,
Shh! Quiet, everyone.
and I will be administering your vows. Once sworn in, you will carry the authority of the Council wherever you go. Your every action will reflect upon the Council's reputation. Remember that. Always.
Okay.
Now, please, raise your right hands. Do you, each and all, solemnly swear your lives and allegiance to this council, and promise to carry forth our mission to protect our alliance from any who would threaten the common good?
I swear.
It's a little late to say no, right?
It is a bit.
Lord Karen will enter your name into the council's register. Thank you for your service.
Congratulations, deputies.
Wait, that's it?
You were
That was
expecting
long
a
enough.
parade.
Go
Yeah,
on,
you know
go
what.
What were you
for it.
expecting? A parade? No, I don't know. It just feels a bit anticlimactic.
Sorry to disappoint. So, the mission. As I'm sure you know, the Council maintains a number of outposts to secure the border between the Principality and the Marches. One of them is the former Imperial Fortress, KLM. It's held by some 50 troops under the command of Captain Henrik. He sends us weekly status reports Or rather, he used to. We haven't heard a word from him in 3 weeks. Leave immediately for KLM and find out if anyone there is still alive. If Captain Henrik or anyone else is still breathing, bring him back. The Council wants a first-hand report.
Every time I hear KLM, I just can't help thinking of the Dutch airline.
Yeah.
Right, which one we're picking?
As long as we don't do we're good to go just yet, we'll get the information. So the other 3 don't matter which order.
Yeah, diminish one.
What can you tell us about this Captain Henrik?
A fine officer, more than 15 years in the Principality's army. He inspires trust, loyalty, and courage. Hence the decision to post him there, facing danger.
Wait, these marches, they're not in the Badlands, are they?
The Marches are a no man's land, between the civilized world and the Badlands. It's outside the chain of mountains that really define the Badlands. We wouldn't send you in there. Yet.
That tail. Got a mind of its own.
A whole garrison gone. There are only 4 of us.
Just find out what happened. Run back if you get scared.
Got it. Though we were hoping for a first mission with more riches than risk, if you catch my drift.
You don't get to choose your mission, I'm afraid. So, gather what you need and go. Time is of the essence.
What about some rats in this?
I'm gonna have to pay close.
I like
go
your
on.
mum. She is at one with her wallet, I can see.
Oh god, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to watch her speak again because it looked like she didn't have any teeth though.
Right. I guess that's that.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
She doesn't.
It's a high sugar diet in the monastery.
Must be.
It's all that mead.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'll take a bit of mead right now.
Faction relations. Okay, so just to let you 2 know, we can't access them yet, but we will loot some artifacts that can be handed in at one of 4 factions or across 4 factions to gain rep with them, and all you really get is better deals at their vendors, and also they all have unique items, some magical, some scrolls and recipes and stuff like that. So we have to figure out which one we're going to focus on getting our rep with.
I have a preference, but it depends what we want to do long term.
I suspect my preference is probably the same as yours, because one of the vendors seems like they just sell trash that you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Just a question, by the way. Your guards is ready to level up as well.
Yeah, we just leveled up.
Yep.
The owl watch over you, faithful one.
At least that means we don't have to fight a bear at level 1.
Yeah, no bears.
If it's
instead of a bear, that's got to be an upgrade.
It's green and ghostly, I'm quite happy to fight it repeatedly.
We don't have to fight that because it just falls over dead.
That's true. Right, I know we're level 1. I just want to point something out.
Yeah.
So you won't see this, but on my stream, I'm going through the characters, right? So Mark, your AC is 15. Pretty good. Aimless, your AC is 14. Low, but Warlock, it makes sense. Our big smashy paladin is AC 16. And the monk is AC 19.
Ah, you got the dexterity, didn't you? You went for an elven monk.
Well, I got loads of dex and loads of wisdom, and add them together to make your armor. So they're
You
nuts.
also have the lowest HP of all of them, though.
Yeah, that's expected.
So is this
Monks
why
are
I've got the most health because I've
great.
got the densest one?
It will be, yeah. Yeah, you had pretty good con, didn't you?
Look at that strength. Oh, and charisma. That's good. You got a good rolls there for a paladin.
I got pretty good rolls for me as well.
That charisma 20 is real nice.
Yeah, that even beats mine. That is. It's got to be an elf. A half elf, of course. Yeah, for the +2.
But you
Yeah,
got a couple of minuses in there, Aimless.
Yeah, but it's intelligence and wisdom. I don't need those.
They don't matter.
You made a pact with a demon, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I did roll a couple of times to get these, but what did I do? I went with elf rather than half elf because charisma is important for a bard. But I figured if I get some good rolls, I can still get the high charisma. Dexterity is super important because I'll be stuck with light armor. But also, this means I get the elven weapon proficiency of longbow. So I'm not stuck with just a short bow like a half elf would be. It's not a big difference, but
it helps, doesn't it?
About your board?
I went
I'm
with
disappointed
the.
you didn't go. Sorry, you go on.
No, go on. You were in the middle.
Because I'm disappointed because he didn't go with the bongos.
I nearly did. I looked at that, but I had actually already rolling this character before I realised I could change that over.
Yeah, I saw you can get bongos as a bard, and I immediately make myself an orc bard called Unga Bunga.
Yeah, bongos would be great. But I've seen the animation of the casting animation for this, and I hope the bongo one is as good.
Okay, sounds fun. I went for Sylvan Elf, so I've got loads of movement to start with, and I just get even more as a monk. So I'm going to be all over the place.
That explains a bit about the stats. Yeah,
that gives you wisdom, 2 dex and 1 wisdom as well, and that helps the monk. So.
Have you starting off with a staff? Nice. I hadn't thought about that because they can use simple weapons, can't they? But a staff really fits in.
It was a staff or a short sword, and I thought, well, the staff gives me both 2-handed weapon, 1-handed weapon, and I can add my stuff to it because it's simple.
You can still do the kung fu with it, can't you?
Yeah.
Also, I noticed with the monk, if you equip a bow, it says you can no longer use martial arts. But then that doesn't matter if you're using the ranged weapon. If you wanted to use the martial arts, you just switch to your primary weapon. So if you want to equip a bow, it's no great penalty, I think, because you can't use martial arts.
The only penalty with a 2-handed weapon is that you can't catch arrows and stuff and throw them back because you don't have a free hand. It's like casting.
Oh, so maybe later in the game you might want to try, like, switching.
It's something that we're going to have to play with.
Oh, we need to go for a long rest as well because we can level up.
We do. To the pub, which we have previously found.
It's a ridiculously expensive pub.
The one that doesn't serve beer.
That's the one. Yep, the Gravekeeper's Cask.
This beer tastes like piss anyway.
Donkey piss.
Are you fast travelling us there already?
I am.
Yeah, awesome.
Better save those miles.
Want to go upstairs? Is that where you go?
I noticed you didn't have any shoes, so I figured it'd be a long walk through your town on those poor soft feet that you've got.
Don't have shoes.
Draconic shoes. You should have flip-flops, I think.
What can I offer you?
Tell us about your tavern.
The inn? Well, it's not that old, but somehow it feels like it's been here forever. Well, you can meet all kinds of people here, that's the good thing. An old scavenger, a diplomat from the council. We also have rooms to rent by the night.
Why the name Gravekeeper's Cask?
Well, it's very old, from imperial times. Perhaps a historian would know, but I don't.
I prefer the type of taverns that rent their rooms by the hour.
Your beer is terrible, and that's being polite about it. What? I've never had any complaints about the beer before. Maybe your palate is not refined enough.
That's useful.
Or maybe the beer just tastes bad and he refuses to accept it.
We'd like to stay for the night. Sure. Just walk up to the suite and settle in. A suite? Oh, it's more like a large bedroom, really. But you know, this is the capital city.
I think this innkeeper has like a future as a Hollywood director, because if you make something that you don't like, it's your fault, not his.
Right. So level up.
They fly down.
Alright guys, let's have a little look. What can we do?
So I get an extra bard spellcasting. Oh, that was something else I got, as this is another reason why I picked a high elf rather than something that would maybe give me more better stats. It's because I also got a bonus cantrip, a high elf background cantrip.
Yes.
Just an extra one.
Always nice.
We get the Song of Rest and Jack of all Trades.
Oh boy.
So I can have fighting style defense that gives you +1 bonus to AC when you're wearing armor. Dueling, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls. Great weapon fighting, when you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon with two-handed, you can re-roll the dice. And protection, when a creature you see attacks a target other than you, this is within 1 cell of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage.
I
Just
would
wielding a
suggest
shield.
if you want to go big damage, get the two-handed weapon one, the third one you said.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that because big smashy axe.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
That's what I'd say.
Should be good.
And the amount of times that my paladin rolled a 1, if I'd have had that, I'd have been much happier.
Oh my.
I'm going to take the identify magic item skill as a spell. I can cast it as a ritual.
You can, but there is a feat that just gives you that without having to cast it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth wasting a feat on because it's a choice of a feat or 2 stat points when you level up.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless someone else has taken that.
I think if you haven't got somebody who can take it, it's maybe a good way around it. But
yeah, it's just a spell, and the level 1 spells aren't that amazing for bards. So
right, yeah, fair enough.
It's pretty good.
So level 2, the monk gets key points, patient defense, which means you can spend a key point to dodge as a bonus action. Step of the wind, which means you can dash or disengage for a key point. Flurry of blows, which is basically another attack as a bonus action, and unarmored movement, which increases movement speed by 2 cells.
We're going to see some good kung fu, aren't we?
I just added 2 modifiers to my Eldritch Blast. One of them adds my Charisma modifier to the damage.
Yes,
so it's
that's
a
the one.
+5, and the other one will ignore all cover on targets when I cast.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful.
I thought you might have added the one that knocks them back a square.
I was thinking about it, but the covers one sounds more useful.
It does sound good, actually. Yeah.
I mean, I can still use the other one. I will get more invocations when it comes on.
I mean, cover basically means if you roll to hit, you're always going to hit with nothing against you. So, yeah, they're the 2 I would have picked.
It was maybe a bit early to get the identify spell, but it's something to pick up, and the choice of level 1 spells isn't too exciting for me, so I'll grab it now.
It'll save us gold early game, won't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, it does require us to have a pearl as a reagent for me to be able to cast it as a ritual. But
we can find one.
We'll loot one. Yeah.
Right, let's rock and roll. Aimless.
Yep. I was checking spells.
He's got cantrips and things to sort out.
Nah, just checking spells.
He was looking for a bear.
The Eldritch Bear.
His otherworldly patron is going to be a green spirit bear.
Oh, I hope not.
Actually, we've the 4 classes we've got. Bard and Monk particularly get better in later game. Although the Bard's more of a utility class, jack of all trades sort of thing. But the Monk really does get good later. The Paladin is decent to start with and gets very dangerous later. But the Warlock is lethal right out of the blocks with the Eldritch Blast.
And they don't get worse over time either.
Possibly.
Looking at those invocations.
And the time stuff that you've got.
Yeah, that will come in at level 3, I do believe.
Yeah, I think so. But there's just the idea that you can completely ignore a turn of damage.
Yeah, that and all the if I damage somebody, they also get damaged for a bit afterwards. So my area spells will just be yikes if I get some.
Yeah.
Where do we buy food from? Is it this guy down?
Not from this dude, but I'll introduce you to Hugo.
Oh, my
because he sells. He doesn't give good prices on particularly. Hang on, I skip all this. We know all this. Let's go to Can You See Your Wares? What he does sell, and I only just recently discovered this, is fire arrows and fire bolts. They are very expensive. But
so I am
a few ingredients.
Proficient at making scrolls.
He actually sells pearls, right? I need to pick a pearl up from him if we don't loot one.
Does anybody have a start with a pearl?
Where is the pearl? I can't see.
Yes, I do have a pearl.
Oh, it's 115.
You might need it. Yeah, you might need it for some of your reagents here. Yeah, there we go. On the weapons, it's 145 gold, so very expensive. But for flaming arrows, which do an extra D6.
I wonder if I can craft them then, because I can craft stuff as well.
I've never seen these craftable, but that doesn't mean they're not. We just maybe haven't found the recipe. And
I think
become
I've seen
aware
the
of a
recipe
new
somewhere.
Well, no, not a new vendor, but a vendor in the game at the Manacalon Ruins that appears later on with a ton of really good and also quite cheap recipes
Welcome
for
to
crafting.
Gorim's Emporium.
I love the voices in this.
This one, yeah.
Sounds like a proper northern
What do you
lass.
have to sell?
Everything you'll need for going out there into the Badlands.
But they're very
Food,
quiet.
ropes,
I don't know where the shoulder
torches,
ends
and
and
of
the
course armor
chest
and weapons.
starts.
No.
I also have some other stock like remedies and antitoxins. That can come in handy.
Ever heard of deep spiders?
Spiders? Spiders, you say?
Oh no, not bloody spiders.
She's not from The
already.
Hobbit, is she? She's not from the Shire.
She would know about Goblin Spider.
Are you
I understand.
Gorim?
That's me, the one and only.
That accent.
That's too
You get some
Yeah.
good discounts with her later in the game, though, don't you, as well, though?
Yeah, you do. So we'll buy. Nobody bought food, did they?
I can.
I have one ration pouch, so.
Okay, I'll buy the food. We just need to buy 4 for the quest, so I'll pick them up. Oh, I will sell my crappy old clothes that I don't need anymore.
Yeah, I sold my my dagger and such. Although
Yeah.
she doesn't even want that dagger.
I have a spare set of thieves' tools if anyone wants it.
You got 2?
Yeah, I didn't think I
Nice.
started with 2, but I have done.
I mean, I've got
Um,
+7 on my dex, so
Yeah,
if you want
then
to sling them my way,
I'll send them your way.
Can
I
I've got
can't.
these tools as well.
I don't know if I can use them with my proficiency, but
Oh, because it's. What?
Paladin
No.
with thieves' tools.
Hmm.
Methinks thou art not as
he
holy
is a
as thou dost appear.
spy. He is a spy.
Deputies, a word, if you please.
So famous already. I love it. You were in there too. Are you a member of the council?
I'm Annie Bagmorder, quartermaster of the Scavengers Guild. We don't have a seat in there, but they all know exploring the Badlands without us would be a bad idea. That's why you should stop by our headquarters downtown. You'll need our services, I'm sure.
Is that compulsory?
No, but you'll find our services useful. Everyone does. Did Lord Karen not tell you?
No, he pretty much stuck to giving orders.
Oh, right. Anyway, we offer plenty of help and advice to beginners like you.
Beginners?
We are
I'm
grown-ups,
insulted.
you know. At least
I mean, he does look green.
Of course you are. Well, good luck.
I do like her armor
go, that's
design.
She's not another lady or something.
One
So
sec.
what do you think? Should we check out their headquarters?
It's not far, but
I've had enough talking. Let's go kill some monsters.
I'm with
If
you.
there's business to be
Wow.
done, we can't afford not to.
Yep.
Yeah, DLCs and expansions for this. If you've never played before, unless there's a class that you really want to play, I would say just play the base game and the base campaign. And if you really enjoy it, then buy whatever the other ones you want. Because the Lost Valley is a whole new expansion with a new adventure. So you can play through a second time with that. And by that point, you might want to try some new classes. So there's I think it's Call of the Wild, gives you Druid and Barbarian. And this Inner Strength gives you 3 of the ones you see here today. But you don't need them for... Oh, well, if you get this one, Inner Strength, it does add some new feats, which does open up your options for melee characters quite a bit. So it might be
And then
worthwhile, but you don't need them.
This new DLC has also got the Dragonborn characters as well.
And I think only one of you needs... I'm pretty sure only one of you needs the DLC for the others to be able to play... Actually, they won't be able to create a character if they don't have the DLC, but they could play the
you
adventure
came.
in the Lost Valley
piqued our
without it, I
curiosity.
think.
I think if you
So,
yourself
what
have the
exactly
DLC, then
do
you
you
can
have
still
to
play with
offer?
people that
You
don't have
don't
it,
know?
if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it works.
what kind of help do you offer to people like us?
Simple. Now, people like you typically carry out missions for the Council. In the Marches, even in the Badlands. Sometimes far away, like Captain Merrin.
Who's Captain Merrin?
You really must be new. She's one of yours. Senior deputy of the council. Anyway,
That's racist.
you trek out to some old ruin in the Badlands, kill a bunch of orcs. Well, you're still a bit green, so let's say goblins.
Ow! You're hurting our feelings.
Orcs, much more than your feelings.
The best part is that the green guy said it.
And stop interrupting, it's rude.
I like
Wow.
You find
the
yourself
dragon
a whole
animations.
load of rusty swords,
They're pretty
leather
good.
armor, shields. Too much for you to lug back here.
Oh, so
they're
we're
the-
puny
they're
as
the
well as
golfers.
green. Thank you so much.
So instead,
Got a bit of a chip on his
brave
shoulder.
heroes just clear the place of monsters and
It's not
draw
easy
us
being
a
green.
nice clean map. Then we take our carts and pick up every piece of junk. We bring it back, we sell it, and we split the profits with you. We move the stuff, you go off to kill more bad things. Everybody wins.
For a percentage, of course.
What? You could never carry it all anyway. Not in your little backpacks.
That is quite true.
Yeah, they are especially small at the start.
The Dragonborn
Thank
tongue
you.
animation is
I
better
guess
than
that's it
all
for
our hair
us.
animations combined.
Fine.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
like-
they've put some
Feel
work
free to
into
visit
that.
us anytime. Or drop into any scavenger camp.
Are there others?
Anywhere we can settle. By the way, if you find Captain Henrik, tell him we're still interested.
In what?
In getting our people to Caer Lem. The outpost is perfect for us. Close to the Badlands, with plenty of space for our camp.
Right. We'll tell him if we find him.
That would be appreciated. The more you do for us, the more we do for you.
Oh. So this business relationship can get better.
And I hope it will, friend.
I guess we'll see you around then.
Sure. Good luck out there. And don't forget, in the Badlands, always keep your eyes open.